Hi, Jim Mormon with N2Net here. Today we're going to be talking about how to create quotes for hosted PBX service using the agent portal, much in the same way we did with SIP quoting. Just as before, you can come to the N2Net homepage and click Agent Login right here, or you can go to the subdomain agentportal.n2net.net. Once you're in the quote system, in order to create a hosted PBX quote, you just need to hit the Hosted PBX button. First thing it'll ask you is, are there existing phone numbers that you need to port? If there are, just click yes. The number port check tool is built right into the portal, so just simply type in the area code and the first 3 digits. Check numbers. Great, looks like this number can be ported. So now we'll move on to the next step. Bandwidth type. Please select the bandwidth at your customer site. Is it a broadband or cable connection? Is it a Metro E connection or a dedicated T1? For the purpose of this demo, we'll choose dedicated T1. The bandwidth speed is 1.5 megs up and down. How many concurrent calls do you need in your location? For the demo purpose, let's just say that we need 12 concurrent calls. The T1 bandwidth can support 12 concurrent calls, so now it's time to go to the next step. Now it'll ask you to fill out the company name. The required fields are company name, and contact phone number. Then click Next. As you'll see, it carries over the number of concurrent calls that you need from the previous step. But look at the question. How many hosted PBX extensions does your client need? Extensions are different than concurrent calls. You can have 12 concurrent calls, but maybe you have 20 people at the facility that need an actual extension. So now we come to the a la carte pricing page. We know that we want 12 concurrent call paths, and so would you prefer unlimited use call paths or call paths with no minutes included? And if you're not sure on the difference between the two, just use the mouse to scroll over this question mark and it'll give you a price description. So the unlimited use call path includes unlimited domestic US 48 termination for outbound, unlimited inbound, and burstable call paths are available upon request at a $4 surcharge. And what that means is that if you have, say, 10 call paths and you need 11 that month, the 11th person to pick up the phone will have access to that 11th call path, but it'll be an extra $4 on top of the normal call path charge. So let's say on the extensions we needed 20 extensions, so we'll put quantity 1 for the extensions. Call paths, we said we needed 12. Let's go with the unlimited use call paths. And how many phone numbers do they need? And this just says it's 1 DID or telephone number and 1 rate center, and then you get the block pricing for 10, 20, 50, or 100. So let's just say they need 20 DIDs. Now because we got the unlimited usage call path, we don't need to add any minutes. If you would have gotten the $8 a month call path with no minutes included, then you would need to choose a bucket of minutes from this section down here. And are there any toll-free numbers? Let's just say there's 1. Click Next. Now this is what's different from the SIP quote for hosted PBX. We have the option to add some hardware. So we know that we have 20 people. We know that we have 12 concurrent call paths. Do you need phones? Because you're going to need an IP phone for each person that has an extension on the hosted PBX. So let's say that we want 15 Polycom 450s with power supplies. We'll say that we want 5 650s with power supplies. And if you want to see the difference between them, you can just fly over and look at the description, and it has a pretty detailed description of what the phone actually supports. So this is a VoIP phone with 3 lines. and the 650 has up to 6 lines and 24 concurrent call capability. What about a conference room phone? Do you need an IP conference phone? We'll put one. And we use the Comtel 300 IP conference phone. It's pretty awesome, and we've had a great experience with it. It comes with it comes with a mic extender, so these would be additional if you wanted to have additional mic extenders for the conference phone. If the overhead paging is required, you just add a CyberData overhead paging ATA, and in this scenario we would want a Edgemark appliance for 15 call licenses because we had 12 concurrent call paths. So it goes by the number of concurrent call paths. Then just hit next, and here's our summary page. So you can see here we have 20 Univoice extensions for the hosted PBX service. We have 12 unlimited usage call paths. We have 20 phone numbers. We have a toll-free number, and the system automatically calculates in the E911 charge, and it goes by number of DIDs. Then down here we can see that we have all of our phones, the Polycom 450s with power supply, the 650s with power supply, the conference phone, and the Edgemark appliance. And then you'll notice at the bottom that the setup fees are already added in there for the number of extensions and the DIDs, as well as the toll-free charge. Now on the bottom you can save this, you can save it and submit it, and if you submit it, it will send an email to me so that I know to generate an actual quote for your client and send it to you. You can save it and duplicate it, which will simply save a copy of this and then duplicate and send you right to the pricing option so that you can create multiple quotes for the same client without having to go through and enter the client information more than one time. You can print it or you can delete this. So we're just going to save this, and we'll see that it wasn't submitted. It's a hosted PBX quote. This is the company name, and this is the date that we created the quote, and then we can always go back and view. If we want to create a new quote for this client after it's saved, we have to go back through the tool. So it's always best to go through and create your multiple pricing options at the time that you do the initial quote rather than going back after the fact. And when you're quoting out HPBX and you want to know what's included with the hosted PBX, you can come right over to here to the PBX and SIP feature list, and you'll be able to see that we provide multiple auto attendance, voicemail delivery to email. This is something that you can print off and give to your client as well. The call center is an add-on, and call packages include discount minute bundles, local long distance as you saw with the unlimited. The phones support whatever they support based on the handset, and it handles call forwarding, hold, park, hands-free, ring groups, extension dial. We have the Find Me, Follow Me service, and pretty much everything that comes in a standard phone system. So with that, I'll conclude this video and simply suggest that you contact me with any questions or concerns. Thanks, and have a great day.